Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Lisa's Coloring Corner. I seen yet another product on Amazon that seemed to get very good reviews on, and this is a 150 set of colored pencils. So this is by Master. So I thought what we would do is open this up and let's do another swatching video. Yay! For those of you who say yay, continue watching. For those of you who say ugh. All right, I'll give you time. Switch off the video. Okay. I know swatching is not for everybody. For those of you that had wanted to leave, are you gone? These are supposed to be quite soft. Oh, isn't that pretty? Oh, look at the vibrant colors on that. So let's unwrap these. I'm really curious to see. Now they say, of course, these are not as soft as Prismacolor, but they are supposed to be quite soft leaded. They are called soft core colored pencils, and I guess that's what made me really curious about them. The other softest, I guess, pencil that I've ever used would be the, well, Castle Arts are pretty soft. But they're, you know, of course, nothing like Prismacolor. There is nothing like Prismacolor as far as softness, right? So on the back of here, we have 150 premium soft core colored pencils, vibrant 150 color set, non-toxic, lays down ultra smooth and blends well with other brands of colors, premium 4.0 millimeter soft core lead, prevents breakage and holds a true point. Each pencil is numbered to coordinate to Pantone color system. Now that's what I wanted to point out. All of the time, you know, we always say we have no idea why they give coloring mediums the numbers they do, right? Whether it be alcohol markers, whether it be your colored pencils. We don't really know the thought process behind what numbers they give, other than Copic and some of your higher end coloring mediums. You know, there is a system behind their numbers. This is the first pencil set that I have seen that follows an actual system, and that is the Pantone coloring system. Now, not every colorist has ever heard of this, so if you haven't, the Pantone coloring system is a system that is, it's the coloring standard throughout all of, you know, the industries, whether it be manufacturing like printing, whether it be designing clothes, whether it be, I mean, just anything and everything goes by the Pantone coloring system. It is a standard that everybody follows. So if, say, there's a specific green that one business wants and it's called PMS, I don't know, 128 or something. If you wanted to match something, another company wanted to match it halfway around the world, they would know that PMS, Pantone matching system. No, not that PMS. PMS, Pantone matching system. That same color green, that 120 or whatever, would exactly match, you know, whatever. So it is a standard industry, an industry standard, I should say. So it's kind of interesting that Master follows that Pantone coloring system. I thought that was kind of unique. So it comes in this nice tin, nice heavy duty. It is hinged, so the lid stays on. Let's take a look. Oh, they have a nice look to them. Let's take a look at the pen. So you can see the earth tones on top, where usually you have your other colors, and these are on the bottom. So it does say Master here in silver wording. Then on the very end, you can see the colored tip. And I don't know if my lights, because of my lighting, it might throw the colors off a little bit. But here is the Pantone color number. So for instance, this is 471. And again, that's in silver, so you can read it really well. The barrel itself is a very matte, not shiny, black barrel. Oh, it has a very nice, smooth feeling to it, though. It does say Taiwan here. So we know these pencils are made in Taiwan. It does have a 4.0 millimeter barrel, but it feels very nice in the hand. And I'm really curious to see how these lay down. Now, I always do, and of course they come in these same flimsy plastic trays that we're all used to, that have these supposed, you know, handles on the side to make it easy to get out. Yeah, not so much, right? So I'm going to take these out in this order, because I want to do the yellows first. Now, of course, they're not going to be in the order that I'm going to want them eventually to be. So we have 5 layers. Oh my gosh, look at these gorgeous blues and purples. Ooh, pretty. Okay, so let me shift these down. They got moved out of place a little bit when I pulled the tray out. It wasn't shipped that way. I did it. Okay. Let's move the tin out of the way. Now, because they do have the Pantone coloring system on here, they do not have color names. It is just the number. Okay, we're going to go from there to there. I think we'll do that. Yeah, let's just go from the there to there to there. Okay. So all I did to swatch these out, this is a chart I kind of came up with. And I'm going to just be writing the number in here and then swatching it out here. So let me grab a pen here. So with getting through 150 colors, this may take a bit. Sit back, relax, grab a cup of coffee or your drink of choice. Mine is a soda. All right, and we are going to start swatching these. So this one is 134. Now for me, because I am under these bright lights here, I'm going to have to adjust it and tilt a little bit because of that being silver. But that it by no means means that they're hard to read. They're actually very clear. Let me zoom you in. So if you can see that, again, it is shining because of my light, but they are very easy to read. So again, this one is 134, and let me adjust these trays so I can get in view here. All right, 134, and let's see how they lay down. Now, the one thing I have noticed right off the bat with this pencil, this looks like a pale yellow, but look at the tip and it looks more apricot colored. So we'll see which one is the true color. 134. Oh my gosh, these are smooth. They are soft. Now, I did not notice, I believe when I read in the comments that these are actually another wax-based pencil. Now I may be, whoops. Okay, wait a minute here. I'm confused. I have two 134s. Interesting. Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to contact them about that. I'm going to put this one on the side. Okay, well, we'll see what they say. So this one is 123. Oh my gosh, these are soft. Again, not as soft as Prismacolor by any means. There just is nothing that compares to Prismacolor. Okay, now I'm really getting confused because this one does not have a number on it. It says yellow. Okay, we're going to write yellow down. Okay, this is getting stranger. Oh, I love them. I will put down in the description, I'm going to do a little bit of research as to whether they truly are wax base. And then I will indicate it down in the description, what I find out. This is 101, and I will leave a link to these down below too. But, oh wow. Beautiful layout of colors. This one is 100. We'll see if I run across any other surprises. Now they do come pre-sharpened, but as many pencils are shipped this way, they have kind of a flat tip to them. And I'm sure that's just to prevent, you know, breakage during shipping. This is $3.93. I'm also going to look up some, not all 150, but some through each of the shades of colors and see how accurate the actual color is to the Pantone coloring system. We'll see how well Master matched them to the actual Pantone. That's why these this set really piqued my interest. 7401. Now the Pantone coloring system does follow, it's either 3 or 4 digits. So this happened to be one with 4 digits. Beautiful skin tone. And they always pick a Pantone color of the year, if you've ever heard of that. And I think they do it by quarters or by seasons, like the spring, summer Pantone color. Or, you know, you'll hear things like that. Yeah, it's from this Pantone coloring system. This is $149. Or Pantone matching system, that's why it's called PMS. $472. These do feel really nice in the hand. Now this looks like a gray to me. Well, but the tip, definitely not a yellow though. I'm going to leave that one out, put that somewhere else. This one is $487. Whoops, let's put a 4 there first. $487. So we do have a number of beautiful skin tones. That's really pretty, a nice light skin tone. And we have 1625. A little bit more on the pinker side, so that would be great for lips or blush on the cheeks. And we have 1635. And a deeper shade of that. Let me see if there are any colors in any of these other trays that would kind of go along with these. Otherwise, I'm going to go into the yellows. Yeah, we'll go into the yellows. The darker, you know, yellows and going into the oranges. So we have 1375. So like a yellow ochre. $20.13. Oh, that's a pretty orange. Okay, I am going to be removing some of these, pardon my arm, so that I can continue putting. Let me put these two over here. I'm going to take some of these greens out so I can keep putting these in the order that I want. So I'm just going to do some adjusting here quick. Don't want to knock the pencils together too much. We don't want to break cores, do we? Although who here has dropped their whole tin on the floor, or had a pet or a child knock them off the table, right? It's happened to the best of us. Now, one thing I did notice when I opened the tin, there is an odor to these, and it just seems to be the lacquer, you know, and it's, like I said, it's a matte lacquer, but there is, you know, a little bit of a odor to them. So just FYI, if you are sensitive to odors, I would think if, you know, you left the tin open for a while, that would help dissipate that odor. Oh, isn't that pretty? And we have 021. I still kind of cockeyed here. Oh, pretty. And we have 2027. Pretty red. Now, here's another one that has a color name, and it says warm red. I'm just going to write it out here. It's kind of strange. When I message them about my duplicate color, I'm going to also ask them about that. Why do some have color names and no number, but most of them have a number and no name? $17.95. That's kind of strange, isn't it? Never ran across a set like that either. These are unique in many ways. Now, when I see them shining like this, they do almost look waxed base. And they kind of feel wax based, but yeah, I'll have to do some research on that. Apologize, I didn't do that ahead of time. I just thought of it now. $185. So pretty. And we have 206. So we're getting into some redder, deeper redder colors. We have 187. Now in the tray, they skip right to the pinks, but I see some darker reds down here. This to me looks like a brown though, so I'm going to skip down to here. 74.20. Whoa, lost the cover to my pen. I'll put that over there. 74.20. Boy, my pen seems so much shorter now without that cap on the end. It seems like a midget now. 74.20. Beautiful. And we have 1815. Oh, so pretty. So they must have gone through and picked out, because there's over 1,000 Pantone colors. I think there's 1,114, if I remember right, colors in the Pantone system. 2033. So to break that down into 150 pencils, they had to, you know, pick and choose, evidently, what colors they wanted to incorporate into this set. So hopefully they didn't pick any that are too similar. Now this, can't tell. I guess we'll just put it here. 2341. I'm going to be having to rearrange colors anyhow. Okay, that's a real different color, isn't it? Boy, I don't know what you would call that. It's like a grade pink, I guess you'd say. I know there is one similar to that in Prismacolor, but I can't think of the color name right offhand. Okay, let's go into the pinks. I'm not sure if there's going to be any more these kind of colors throughout the trays. Let me just quick glance. Most of the colors are all together, but a few of them do skip around a little bit. Okay, let's go on to the pinks then. Here's a nice pale pink, 707. That is pretty. Oh, isn't that awesome? Nice, really pale pastel pink. They seem to be matching the barrels to the color pretty well. Now these actually look like really pale purples. I think I'm going to save these two for when I get to the purples. This one is 243. Okay, and we have 210. I'm coloring this at an angle, so I apologize if I keep getting it cockeyed for you. Okay, crooked. Another pretty pink. This one is 211. Now I got these on a special, but they are still very reasonable priced pencil. So, and they may be on a special Amazon deal. I'm not sure how long the deal was running. 1775. Because when I looked today at them, I had ordered these last week. When I looked today, the special was still on, so we'll see how long that runs. I don't know. All right, we have 231. Am I on camera yet? Yeah, there we are. Okay, I can already see we have some shades that are kind of close together. We have 177. So in picking from the, the Pantone colors, you know, these are quite similar. Here's a pretty carnation pink. It's the first one I seen do any crumbling though. Even though I'm bearing down pretty hard on the pencil, I have not seen much crumbling off of these pencils yet. That was the first time I seen some. So that is good to know. Here is 205. Yeah, they do not crumble. Hardly at all. That is pretty. Real deep pink. And we have 238. Really pretty pink. And 239. So as you can see with this system too, you know, there's not a consistency with, you know, your lightest are, you know, that the numbers themselves go in order, but that is par for the course. There are no systems that do that. Oh, pretty. So yeah, you know, if you put these in color number order, your colors are going to be all over the place. 247. And that would be extremely hard to follow when making your color chart. Oh, love that color. That is pretty. Okay, final two in the pinks we have. Here's another color name, rhodamine. Wonder if they're switching over or something. It will be interesting to find that out. Oh, pretty. And 214, so we're going to go up to this column. Okay. Oh, real deep, deep pink. Oh, gorgeous. Okay, now we're going to go on to these two that looked like pale lilacs. We have 515. Yeah. Nice pale pink or purples. And we have 530, which looks just a hair darker. Yep. All right. So I'm going to put this tray that I filled up over here. And put this one up on here, and we are going to continue with the purples. Okay, let me see. Now, are those pale purples or pale blues? Those must be pale blues. These are purples that are more on the pink side yet. So we're going to go with it. 258. I think that's why they came up next in the tray. But there's not much pink to that. Very pretty. These next couple look like they do though. So here is 513. Yes. And we have 2602. Oh, love that color. $25.97. Am I on camera yet? Yeah. Okay, we have $266. Doesn't help the fact that behind me is very dark. $266. Because this is a room that does not have a ceiling light, so all my lights are up here. All right, we have $25.93. Oh, beautiful. Although kind of similar to that one, it is a little lighter. We have $25.83 here. I thought I had another duplicate. I'm like, say what? No. We had $25.93. Now we have $25.83. Oh, that's pretty. Another nice pale lilac color. And we have $26.55. Nice lilac color. Now these look like very light blues, so I'm going to go on to these other that I know are purples. $26.65. All right, and is that 2088? Yes, 2088. Okay, nice darker purple. Now, at the moment, I do not see, well, that would be interesting. I do not see any darker purple in here, in this set, than that. I would think, you know, out of over 1,000 colors that, you know, I'm sure there is a darker purple than that. So I think that would have been nice, but let's go on to what looks to be paler blues, 2113, and they may be pale purples, I'm not sure. I guess that's either or, because yeah, they are still very closely representing the tips. This one is $665, which looks very grayish. So I didn't know if it was bluish or grayish. And yeah, it's more gray than anything, so I think that'll be getting moved. This looks to be a very pale, either blue or another gray, 2106. So I don't understand the reasoning in the order that they put them in the trays. For the most part, they're correct, but you know, they throw some of them in here that it's like, huh? Okay, so that looks quite grayish also. This one is purple, $667. Looks like a grayish purple. So that must be why they put these together, that they're, you know, on the gray side. So this is a darker purple. So we do have one that is darker. Sorry, master. Oh boy, that didn't sound good. 52.75. Sorry, master. Okay, now I don't know. It's like a real gray blue. Boy, it's hard to see under these lights. So I may have to look some of these numbers up, see if there are actual color names out there. I don't think so, but possibly. And again, if there are, I will let you know that in the description. 2109 would be awesome if there were, because then I could give names to them all also. So yes, I can see why these were together now, because they do belong with the purples. Like this is a purple, this is a blue, but a lot of gray tones in these colors. So that is why they were all together there like that. So we do have now in some lighter blues, 2718. Sure was hoping I wasn't off camera that whole while. Oh, isn't that pretty? Like a cloud blue. And we have 2130. And 2125. Some very pretty blues, and there's a lot more coming up. A lot of blues here. 2726. Kind of similar. This one is darker, but okay, I'm going to have to do some adjusting here again because I want to start putting these blues back in this tray, and there's blues at the front of this tray. So I'm going to take these all out and start putting them back in. Does that make sense? No. 2728. Oh, that's pretty. Love that color. And oh, here's a different number. 7687. I don't think we ever had anything over the 2000s yet, did we? Oh, that's pretty. Keep saying that, don't I? But they're so pretty. Another one with a color name, Reflex Blue. Reflex. Good thing I write teeny anyhow. Blue. Pretty. And we have 2747. Oh, pretty. Now that one does not match the tip whatsoever. That's why it kind of threw me for a loop. I mean, even this tip, it does not look like that color. Interesting. 541. Okay, let me take a drink here quick. Throat gets dry with all this talking. And 2188. Very similar, just a little bit darker than the previous color. And 300. Oh, another pretty blue. $30, $15, beautiful. Again, just a little bit lighter than that one. $6.34. Oh, beautiful teal, one of my favorites. And this one looks to be a lighter blue on the gray side again, $21.49. Yes, like a cloudy gray. Okay, so that was all of the blues. Let me get this tray out of the way. Now we do have the blues that go kind of on the green side. Here are some more blues with gray in them though, so I think I'm going to do those first. So this is really going to be fun to put these in order. $55.45. Because these aren't all together in this next tray either. So there's a very pale. I think that could almost go with the grays. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these yet. Where's another light one? Here's one. 304. Almost looks like a robin's egg blue on the tip, but we'll see. Oh, it is. That's pretty. Beautiful, nice pale blue. And we have 319. Okay, so a shade darker. Beautiful. $31.05. Oh, aren't those pretty? $77.09. A little more green in that one. Let's go up to the next column. Get you straightened out here a little. We have $297. Another really nice pale blue. It's putting it in the wrong tray. We have $29.15. And we have, oh, we have some pretty colors coming up. 306. $31.25. Ooh, so pretty. $77.11. Oh, gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Now that would be more of a on the side of the truer teal, and so. And this one too, I believe. This one is $6.32. Yeah, this one has just a tad more blue to it. So I'd say this one is more of a true teal. Okay, now we do have some more on the gray side of things. $21.57. So again, I wasn't sure exactly how to swatch these out, because I don't know if I want to put all these gray tone, where I want to arrange these all. Like I said, it would really help if I could find color names for these and determine kind of what they really are supposed to be. $54.25. We can all kind of interpret color a little bit differently. What looks gray to me could look blue to you. Now to me, these both, this has a more bluish tone to it, but they both could be interpreted as cool grays to me, sort of. So, and then lastly, we have $21.60. And another blue with the gray, or I should say gray with the blue undertone. So again, where do you put it? With the blues or with the grays? Okay, let's go on with the greens. Now this is where I have these kind of split up into two different areas. Let's go with these pale mint. Well, no, I'm going to start out with the really light yellow greens, I think. So, $3.90. And there are quite a few greens. $3.82. Now those two are pretty much identical. This one's a little bit lighter, but yeah, very, very similar. $3.89. And another one. See, they definitely wouldn't need to have put these all in here, because here's another one that looks very similar. $3.96. Yeah. My eye is by no means trained at all. These are nearly identical. There's like a tiny bit of difference between them, but they're so similar. There would be only one of these needed in this set, definitely. So that to me is wasting 3 colors in this set. Now, of course, in a 150 set, anything, whether it be pencil, pens, markers, what have you, you're going to get colors that are similar, no matter what. But that to me is, yeah. We'll leave it at that. $4.41. Again, they had some on the side that seemed to have some grayish undertones, which definitely does. So I think what I'm going to do with these is I think I am going to put them all in the gray section. I think it would just be easier that way. But who knows? $5.59. We'll see what happens when I actually get to creating this chart. Oh, that's a pretty pale, pale green. Okay, now here again, I'm going to have to take these greens out so I can use the beginning of this tray. Careful, careful. Otherwise, my pencils would be in the opposite order of what I want them. Okay, so we have 2253, which looks like a beautiful mint green. We have a number of like mint green type colors coming up. Very pale, pale, which would be nice for your shading and blending. 345. Oh, so pretty. 3375. A little more blue to that one. That's what I think all these next ones are going to have, you know, a little more blue to them. 3258. Whoops. Just a shade darker. $32.65. Oh, that's pretty. Love that color. Let's see. We have 339. Okay, and let's see, 340. There's a nice mid green. We are coming up on some lighter greens, so 7731. But it seems like we're going to go through the mid-tones first. Okay, as long as we're going dark and we're coming back down, let's do this one. 349. Because there's a brighter one. And 348. Ooh, those are pretty greens. 2272. And 2424. And we have 363. that one does not match the tip at all either. 2286. Wonder how come some of the tips, or caps I should say, can be so spot on and then some of them are so off. Most of them are relatively close, but boy, there are some that are really off. Which again, with our more budget-friendly mediums, we're kind of used to by now, and hence the need for color charts. But yeah, it's so inconsistent. 74.87. Okay, and then I have some greens up here. Laying these down. All right, now we're going into couple sage type of greens. We have 556. Let's see, let's do this one. We have 5555. I repeat, that is 55555. This one was 556 right now. Okay, so a tad darker. Let's go here. We have 2279. We get into some olive greens. $3.78. And a 77.86. It's a real deep forest green. Very pretty. 553. Different tone of a dark green. The last dark green I have is 3308. But it's not that dark. Another one that does not match at all. Interesting. And then we do have this oddball. This is a teal color. Maybe. From the looks of things, it may possibly be. 7715. Yes. Oh, that is pretty. Okay. Now we have these oddballs over here that I've been hanging on to, and I think, yeah, see this one, it says right on here, it says white. So I wonder, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to write this one up here. So our column count way up at the bottom is not going to come out correctly, but this is just your, you know, your standard white. So I'm going to leave that up here. The other one I believe is a gray. So let's get into some earth tones. I think we're going to start, oh boy, where do we start? Oh, let's just pick a color here. 4685. Again, it's hard to tell if these are more on the gray side or, you know, tan side. This looks to be a really pale tan, so that's nice. $75 and $90. There are a lot of browns in this set. Wow. Nice tan. $46.55. And this one again, I can't tell where to put it. $76.15. Okay. And do we have 46, is it 50? No, 46.35. Again, because of the lights under here, they're kind of hard to see. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, and again, I gotta shift these grays all out of the way so I can put the browns in the front of the tray. All right, now these next ones all look to have the greenish undertones, so 45.15. I don't know if they'll go over here with the browns at all or not. Okay. 126. So some of these look like they're real on the olive side. Okay, there's your yellow ochre, and again, doesn't match at all, and pretty crooked here. But yeah, that one's quite off also. Which I guess in the grand scheme of things, to me, isn't all that important. It's nice to have, yes, $75.50. But if you make your color charts, it truly doesn't matter as much then. If you, oh, that's a pretty color. If you do not make color charts, however, yeah, then you're kind of SOL. Because so many of our more budget-friendly mediums, you know, they don't match real well. 131. Okay, those two are very similar. So very orangey type of browns. This one looks to be quite green. Well, we'll see what comes out. 103. Yeah, very green. So that wouldn't stay over there. Whoops. 147. Okay, and 74.11. Let's move it up a tad. Okay. 75.69. This one looks definitely on the grayish side of things. 2316. Let's see how it swatches. Okay. Very pretty tan. Now we have a few coming up very much on the red brown side. 471, or orangey brown side. Ooh, that's pretty though. We have a 1615. Oh, that's pretty too. We have 1535. Oh, I'm writing messy night. When I do color swatching, I don't like to take a lot of time doing my usual neat handwriting because I'm more in a hurry and I want you guys watching me take my time writing nice and neat, like, you know, 7609. Oh, I like that. That's pretty brick red or brick brown, whatever you want to call it. And 1675. All right, now, okay, there's gotta be, well, that would be extremely disappointing. Only two darker browns. 476. I mean, not that we need a ton of dark browns, but these are all quite on the light side. So there is a darker brown. Usually you have more on the darker spectrum too. And there is your black. So that is not a dark brown. So one dark brown. Wow. Well, I'm going to throw this oddball in here because I'm not sure. I am thinking it's going to go with the grays, but yet the tip looks so odd. Like it's a real pale mauve or something, so I'm not sure. 7604. Yeah, it's a super pale pink. Super duper. Can you go? Oh, no, of course you can't see it because I'm off camera. Yeah, it's a super, super pale pink. Interesting. So it was the color of the tip. Let's look at these grays. And I'll try to pick out via the lead colors what looks to be lightest to darkest. Not always going to be the case though. 7527. 70, whoops. 527. Usually, if you look at the lead more so than what's painted on the end cap, you'll get a more accurate representation of what color is in there. But not 100% of the time. Okay, so there we have a nice pale gray. We have quite a few grays. 406. Another pale one. We have 417. Let's see, what should we go with next? Here we go. 428. Another pale gray. Here's another one that's on the lighter side. We have 403. And we have 415. And 7529. A few more grays. We have 430. Here's a little bit darker of a gray. And 438. So you can see some of these grays are very much on the cool side and some are very much on the warm side. 425, as is the case in most sets. Okay. And 7554. Now I'm not sure if this is going to be on the green side, the brown side, some side. 7554. Doesn't look like it's just gray. There's something to it. Okay, this is a dark brown. See, it was hard to tell from the tip. Now, if I had a color name on it, I would know. All right, and then we just have the black. Which has the name black and not a number. But it is a nice black. It isn't, it's not quite as saturated and or pigmented as some of the other blacks in some other sets, but it is still pretty nice. I wouldn't say the nicest black I've ever seen, but now the last two, of course, would be the white that I put up at the top, and then this duplicate. So I want to write, where was that I hear this 134. This one is times 2. So I'm going to, can't even see what I'm doing up there, can you? So this here 134 that I got 2 of, I'm going to put that way at the end, and then yes, I will contact them about that. So let's zoom back out. Let's look at what we have now that we did all that work. Let me take another sip here. Okay, so maybe that zoomed out a little too far. Get these kind of out of my way here so we can look at these swatches. Okay, so we do have a nice assortment of yellows. Some of these are kind of similar though. Nice skin tones, nice oranges. I think we have a good variety of oranges here, but not too many. Sometimes we get too many in a certain color, and there are just too many that are similar. I think the reds are good. These two are pretty similar. Beautiful pinks. Again, a couple of them are pretty similar. These are kind of similar, but those are different. Beautiful light lilacs. Again, though, these two are quite similar. Here are gray tones, you know, between the blues and the purples. And then all of our beautiful blues. I think these are really the only two that look real similar. Maybe this one and this one. This one's a shad. A tad and a shade put together is a shad. It's a shad darker. Our beautiful light pastel colors. More beautiful blues. Some more gray tones here. And then, yeah, this I think is the biggest disappointment for me, personally, is these yellow greens, these bright, bright yellow greens. All four of these definitely only need one. Definitely. You cannot pick out a difference. This one has a tad more green to it. But, yeah, these look identical. Very pale, pale. See, now, you know, some of these too, they're so, so pale. I know there's a need for them, especially out in the industry, because I'm sure they use the colors in the Pantone system to mix together to get thousands and thousands and thousands of colors. So I know that these are needed out there, but I just don't know if they're all needed in a 150 set of colored pencils. So again, just my opinion. Few similar greens in here, but really nice assortment of greens. I love the assortment of earth tones. I think that is wonderful. These two being kind of the exception because they're very, very similar. But yeah, nice assortment of grays. Again, some of these being so super duper light. Okay, so yeah, that's just kind of my thoughts on them. Overall, and I am definitely not a pencil connoisseur by any means. It is not my medium of choice. But again, I like to bring these different supplies to you and swatch them out so that you can see all the colors going down, make up your own mind. As far as the laydown of these, I think the laydown is actually really good. They don't crumble. I did not have one single tip break on me. I don't have my pencil sharpener here, but they seem to be, you know, firm enough where I don't think you would have breakage problems. When I do go over this with like a fingernail, I can see where I'm rubbing. So it does kind of make me think these are wax based. And like I said, from what I remember on the reviews, I thought it was stated that they were wax based, that somebody contacted Master or did some research on them or something and said they were in fact wax based. But again, I will put any additional information that I find out about these after this video. I'll put it in the description. So you can always look down in the description, you know, click that little down, what do you call it, a down triangle, and it will, you know, open up the description in all my videos. And there's always, you know, information in that video, or in that description for that video. Some of it is standard information. Some of it relates directly to that particular video. And that is where all of my links, Amazon links or Arteza links, or, you know, sometimes they're from Walmart or, you know, wherever they're from. I will leave all the links down in the description. So sometimes there's additional information in there also about the video. So in this particular case, I'll put down there any additional information that I find out about these. So I hope you liked this rather lengthy swatching review of these 150 master colored pencils. It's been over an hour, so hope you had as much fun as I did. I love swatching out coloring supplies, as you can tell. So if you enjoyed this as much as I did, please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new to my channel. I hope everybody's having a great day. And as always, happy coloring. Bye, guys.